Welcome to Grizz's workshop. This great lummox is Grizz. Not an expert or an exemplar of safety.
If you're a woodworker like me, it's likely that you make gifts and decorations for your home, friends and family, sharing your skills and giving your time for your loved ones. Like most woodworkers, I have seen these wooden Christmas trees all over the socials and YouTube. I found this video early on by Biscuit Tree Woodworks. It seems straightforward enough to make. If only I had paid a little more attention. I'll leave a link for his video and clear instructions. I bought what I thought was the correct dimensional material and proceeded to cut it to length and the correct angle. It turns out that the material was too thick, this being 22mm, almost an inch, and needing 18mm, that's 3/4 of an inch. This threw the shape out entirely. I really should learn to check when I buy the timber. I just assumed it was the correct thickness. Instead of attaching the first two bits on the side, I had to move it to the top. It looked okay in the end. I also used my 16 gauge nailer as I don't have an 18 gauge. The setup in the video wasn't so easy with an electric nailer. The bulkier nailer couldn't quite get into the angles, as well as the compressor nailer. By the time I'd finished the first batch, the nail holes were horrendous. I decided to paint over the now filled holes and use them as outside trees, where they'd be further away so their imperfections wouldn't scream at me. I added some solar lights for the evenings. I got the same inexpensive timber again, only this time I ran it through my thickness planer. I decided it was better to screw them in, as I felt I had more control over the screws than with a nailer. I ended up just filling the holes with wood filler. My original plan was to then cover the filled holes with vinyl decals, but I think the patches look okay, and probably even better if I'd used plugs or dowels. I prefer them to nail holes anyway. Stapled some lights to the back of the big trees, again, so they'd light up at night. You can follow the link to Biscuit Tree Woodworks for the instructions. Don't make my mistake, check your thickness. I'm pleased with what I've made. I made a big tree, small tree and reindeer for my grandma. I'll be delivering them to her this weekend. Grandmas are the best.
See you next time on Grizz's Workshop.